Well, it is no secret that Italian food has great influential power in St. Louis, and I think I'm moderately qualified to make that statement. But what if I told you that without it, maybe some historical basketball moments wouldn't have happened during March Madness?
One timeout, they don't take it. March Madness magic.
One thing I learned from Rick Majerus, besides how to pick a restaurant, is it's long-term, not short-term. Develop the program, don't develop a team.
Porter Moser had a plan at Loyola-Chicago from the day he was introduced. He envisioned the 2018 Rambler tournament run before most in the country even knew who he was. But there was a very important figure right here in St. Louis that might be responsible for the whole thing.
I'm thinking it's kind of neat to be part of history.
Kim Tucci is already a staple in St. Louis history. He's owned and operated 46 restaurants over the last 44 years. You may know the name, the Pasta House. But it's a few phone calls he made about 7 years ago that gave him a small role in one of the biggest underdog runs in NCAA history.
Porter Moser called me and he asked if I could help him get the job at Loyola. That job had opened up. And he said, I understand you know the president of Loyola, Father Michael Garanzini. And immediately I called Rick Majerus. I said, are you okay with this? He wants to apply for that job at Loyola.
And in typical Rick Majerus fashion, the coach went to bat for one of his own.
And Majerus was the key. He says, you tell them to hire him now. Don't waste your time. Don't waste anybody else's time. This is the guy. He deserves it. He's the #1 choice. Do it now.
And things got going in a hurry. Mere minutes after a call from Tucci to Father Garanzini, Moser was back on the phone with the St. Louis restaurateur, telling him they wanted him to work out a contract. The rest is history. A Final Four run for a mid-major Loyola, multiple heart-stopping finishes, and memories and names that will live on in NCAA lore. For Tucci, it's one of the most memorable sequences of events in his life.
Last week, I talked to Porter Moser, okay? And I told him, I said, I want to tell you two things. That phone call I made was one of the best things I ever did. And number two, Rick Majerus is up in heaven now, and he's very, very proud of you.
Yes, he is. By the way, Father Garanzini went to McBride High School in St. Louis, and his brother Sam has worked for Kim and Joe Fresta since they opened up the Pasta House. Porter Moser is arguably the hottest coaching candidate in America. Bigger schools could be making a run at him soon. Who knows? Maybe Kim Tucci will have to make another phone call.